Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I'm showing you how to make a loaded star box. I designed this for a swap I'm doing in the Loaded Envelopes Galore Facebook group. I will be the guest designer for June, and so I thought something for the 4th of July would be fun. So I designed, it's a simple box, and then you add stars on the front and the back, and it stands up, and I'll show you better pictures at the end of the video just so you can see it on all sides. But I loaded it up with a pinwheel rosette wand and a couple of little firework wands that are on, oh, not really, I guess they're wands, I suppose, little fireworks. And then inside I have a tag flip that has one giant coin envelope and then several tags that have pockets, and I filled them with embellishments and tags and little goodies on the inside, and it's bound together with a binder clip. I think this is a 2-inch binder clip. I made a little shaker star, and I also made flower embellishments that are throughout. The paper collection that I used for this is The Land of the Free by Park Lane. It's from Joann's. It's a double-sided paper pad. A really pretty pad. It has like a rustic sort of feel to it, I guess. I'm not sure. It has like wood and just kind of plaids, all different patterns. It has glitter throughout, so like this one has the wood background. But I just loved that pad, and I'm sorry for that little glowy part on there. Anyway, so that is the pad I used. I also used some dark blue and dark red cardstock. The base of this box, I did like triple layers. The star has a chipboard in between, double layers of cardstock and patterned paper, and then I layered the stars. And if you'd like to know how to make this, just go ahead and finish the rest of the video and I'll show you how to do that. But right now I'll go ahead and show you. On this side, the front, I did several layers of cardstock and patterned paper, and then I did a little ruffle with some 4th of July fabric that I had. I just did a zigzag stitch, so I added that. I actually only put glue on the sides so that I could use it as a little tuck, and I just made a little tag there that sticks in. I added some pom-pom trim, made these flowers. I have a flower die, so I made those with patterned paper and cardstock. Added some little fringy stuff I had in my stash. It's kind of like tinsel, I think. I'm not sure. I had it from a craft at church, so I was like, oh, that'll be pretty in there, and it just kind of adds to it. And then here's the inside of the box. There's patterned paper on the inside and the outside just to make it sturdy, but I like just the effect of using all the different patterns that coordinate. And then on the back, I made a pocket that has another tag, and then an embellishment there on the side. I added some sparkly rhinestone trim there. So the box itself is pretty easy. You'll see that when you follow through on the tutorial. So that it stands up like that. So super fun. And then I just made a tag flip. There's a 2-inch ring binder here, and I'll just flip through here so you can see it. There's the shaker. This is a tag, and I have the links down below for all of the shapes of the tag. I have a Cricut file that will have all of this stuff in it. It'll have the stars, the shapes of the tags that I used, the template for the file for the it's one file and it has all of these in it. It'll have the coin envelope, and I'll show you here in a second. This one has a pocket, a little tag there. This is a little envelope that I made that has some embellishments and die cuts in it. And then I added a layered flower there. And then on the back, I just decorated that side. The next one is more of a square tag with a pocket. There's a couple tags in there. And then on the other side I used some cardstock, but I had this folder, embossing folder that was fireworks, so I did that with that paper, added a rhinestone there, some ribbon, some of the little tinsel stuff, and another flower. Next one is a different shaped tag. I did some stitching along everything, made a pocket, some more tags. This is a die cut, and then on the back I just did some decorating. And then here is the large coin envelope, and I'll actually have to take this off so you can see. I'll take it off so you can see it. So on this side, the side with the flap that opens up, there's a little pocket with another little tag. I had some 4th of July stickers in my stash. I think I had them for my scrapbooking days. At the bottom here, I used more of that ruffle that I made with some pom-pom trim, and then another layered flower. And then I just tied some ribbon through a hole on the corner just to add to it. On the other side, I made it a window in the envelope, and I actually have in the file, on the Cricut file, I have the envelope with the cutout. So it has the cutout and then the frame that you can put on the front. So I just layered a piece of, I cut out a star with some acetate and glued that on top of the envelope, and then I put the frame on top of that, decorated it with just the cutout of Happy 4th with some rhinestones, another fabric ruffle paper, and then the red rhinestone trim there, and added a piece of from the paper collection. So let's take this out. Just have this tied up here, and opens up, and I just have some cut up hearts, some more tags. I did some star embellishments inside. I have all of these stars are in the file, so they're just actually the cutout of this. It's that same size. So that's in the file, and then here are some cut up parts from the paper collection. I just love these because it has the red glitter on them. So that's all there, and then another tag. So for the swap, if you're participating in the swap, you will be making a tag flip for your swap, and you need to include one kind of envelope. It can be this coin envelope, and then 3 more tags and a shaker tag. So that's going to be what the requirement, but then you can make whatever size, you want them to be big enough to where they can hold things, but not too big that they won't fit in the box. But you have creative freedom as to what shape or what kind of envelope you want to use and things like that. So, and then you also want to make a rosette wand. These are just extra. I just thought they were cute. I will put the link for this where I found this idea, because this is really pretty easy. So if you'd like to see how I made the box, stick around and I'll show you that, and then I will have the links down below, as I said, for the Cricut file. I will also have a link for a PDF file if you don't have any kind of cutting system, or if you have a cutting system that is not a Cricut, because I don't have a way of making SVG files. So you'll have to bring a PDF into a program to make an SVG, or into your cutting system. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and stick around for the tutorial. To make the base of our box, we're going to take a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 10.5. And what you're going to do is you're going to score the 10-inch side at 2.5 inches. And then at 7.5 inches. Turn it to the 10.5 inch side, and you're going to score it at 4 inches and 6.5 inches. I will have the sizes of the papers and the score lines and all that down in the description box below if you have any questions for later on. And then you're going to cut on the shorter sides both of those score lines up to the first score line on each side. This is a rather simple box, very simple. Alright, and then you're going to score all of your tabs and places where the scoring part is. Let's see, I want my textured side to be on the outside, so I'm going to turn it the other way. Just go through and score all your tabs and score lines. Now, if you have 110-pound paper, that is ideal for this, for a sturdy box, but I do not in the color that I wanted to use. Actually, can't find a lot of 110-pound paper lately. At Michael's, they have just like black, white, and then bright colors, and it's only 8.5 by 11, so you would have to do a lot of piecing together. So anyways, I'm going to be covering both sides of this box, so it'll be nice and sturdy. Okay, now we just have to assemble the box, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull one side in, make sure the middle pieces are out, pull it in like this, and you're going to glue these tabs to the outside of that side. So just, you can put some glue on here. You can use liquid glue or tearing tape, whatever your preference is. I like using tacky glue because it makes a nice, it adheres nicely, and it's nice and sturdy when it's dry. And then lastly, pull up the other side, and you're going to glue those sides on. Just need to make sure that this is lined up. down at the bottom. All right, so I'm going to put glue here. And I know you guys are like, that's so messy, but I'm just used to doing it this way. Trim this up here. Let's make sure it's all even here. Now this is flimsy right now, but I'm going to cover all the sides and on the inside. So we have some of the patterned paper, and I'd shown you this was a patterned paper pack from Joann's. And so those are for the sides. These are going on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and use my tacky glue and adhere them to the inside sections. This is thicker, so that's why I'm not moving it around with my finger. And I didn't say what those sizes were, so that's 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So just slightly smaller than the side of this box. Okay, and then you have 4 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, and 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to use this pattern and go down on the inside here. Another reason I like to use the liquid glue, tacky glue specifically, is that it doesn't dry immediately like other glues. Like our glitter glue dries really fast, and so there's a little give but not much. I like the tacky glue because it doesn't dry right away. It does have a quick adhesion as far as it, you know, it'll dry quickly but not too quick, so that you have room to move things around and get them straight. Okay, so this, I'm going to go that with this sparkly side on the outside. Just go ahead and add this. Taking my bone folder and going in, smoothing out just to make sure the glue adheres nicely there. Here we go. And I'll put this one on the outside. And then I'm going to add a piece in the bottom of the inside and on the bottom on the outside to make that a little more sturdy. I'm just gonna push it down there. All right. It's going to be covered up with my star pieces. All right, last piece here. Okay, so we have the base of our box ready, and then we just have to cut out the stars, and I will have the links for the SVG files that I used. Also, I will have a PDF file if you don't have a Cricut or some sort of cutting machine for this. So these are, remember what size they are, let's see here. So they are 10-inch wide stars from point to point. So that's what those are. And I have them paper clipped together. And what I'm doing is I have a piece of thick chipboard, it's white chipboard, in the middle. So I cut 3 of the bigger size stars. One of them is a cardstock. One of them is the chipboard. This is white chipboard, and then one of them is patterned paper, and I'm going to glue these together. And then the other pieces are just decorative to go on the others, on both sides. And so I'm going to glue these together. I also have a bundle for the other side, and it's pretty much, well, I just buried my patterned papers. So this is going to be my front. So I have a double layer of cardstock and pattern paper on top of the white chipboard, then another 2 layers of patterns. And so this is going to be really sturdy, And I'm going to glue them all together and then glue them to my box. And you'll glue it so you're covering up the box completely. And then with both sides, you'll be able to stand your box up. The last part that you need to do is just take your assembled stars and glue them on each side of your box. And what you want to make sure is that you're covering the box. So if you want, this is my front, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, and I'm going to glue this right on there, and just making sure that it's right in the center and that you can't see the box from either side. Like, see, now it's totally covered. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue down on here. Just making sure that it's straight. Over here, and I'm going to use my bone folder and just go and press it down in there. And then go ahead and put glue on the other side and put your other star down. As I said, you could use your tearing tape, double-sided tape, whatever. This is just my preference. And I'm just going around the edges just so the glue goes all the way to the end. But you don't have to do this if you don't want. It's just whatever your preference is. Okay, and then put this on. Let's see, I think that was the way I want my fireworks to go. And then what you want to do is make sure that these points are even on the bottom, because it's going to make it stand up straight. So they're nice and even. So I'm just going to turn this like this and go ahead and press it down inside here. And that is it. I'm just going to let this dry before I do my final decorations, and then I will fill it with my tag flip, my windmill rosette, and the fireworks, and just kind of make it, you know, all embellished and beautiful, and it'll be ready to send off to my swap partner. If you're interested in making one of these as a swap over on the Loaded Envelopes Galore Facebook group, go ahead and check that group out and find out what the requirements are to join the swap. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.